Hi, welcome to Brady's Blunders, where I show you the mistakes in my games, hoping you don't make the same ones in yours. Okay, so first thing today is I've just realized that now every time I do this, I have to adjust the sound levels. The macOS used to keep my sound output at max, and I've noticed now that every time I do it, it's setting it down a notch below. So if some of the videos are a little too quiet, sorry, I'll try to remember to keep doing this. All right, with today's video, I'm going to continue the same game as last time, and from exactly where we left off. And today's video is about Joseki, or rather, a trick Joseki. All right, so I've just invaded the corner, and as you remember, I could have played over here and directly combated White's goal to grow the bottom. But I didn't, and I played here, which is playable. And I was playing a normal Joseki, and my opponent countered here. And it turns out that in some cases this is a trick Joseki, and in some cases it's an honest Joseki, albeit one that's maybe favorable for black. But whatever it was, it's not something I knew. So this is the game problem. You're black. How would you answer this move? Go ahead and pause. All right, first I'll show you what I did. And actually, I'm a little ashamed to say I only thought about this for less than a minute. And I found a solution that was good enough and played it, but I could have done better. And this is what I played. I took the forcing move and then picked up the single stone. But of course, this let my opponent play a ladder. And I read this out and decided, no, this is perfectly playable because there's a whole open part of the board, and now I'm going to get two moves in a row there. And I thought that was good enough compensation. So I went here, and White took, and then I played here. So now I'm developing the top at a good scale, and I'm reasonably happy. But again, for the second time, I've been completely confined by my choice of Joseki, which generally isn't favorable. So I said I could have done better, and I said it was a trick Joseki. So let me go back and explain. Turns out this move is only playable if a ladder, a particular ladder, is good for White. And in this case, it's not. So this is a pure trick to see if I knew the Joseki. And the proper counter to it, if the ladder is good for black, is this. Just move out this way. White has to save this stone, right? So he moves this way. Black moves out this way. White needs to extend again. So black moves out. And of course, White has to block. But now, black can play here. White moves out this way. Black plays here. White moves out this way. And then black plays here. And White is crushed. Do you see why? If White continues to pull out, then this move becomes an Atari on these stones. And if White captures, now White is captured in a ladder. So this move here is completely unplayable if this ladder is good for black, as it is here. And this is what I should have played. White is crushed. Unfortunately, I didn't know the Joseki, and I didn't spend the time to figure it out. But it turns out, even when the ladder is good for White or bad for black, black can still gain a reasonable result. And that is by starting like this, with this Hane, and offering a sacrifice. And White would really love to be able to capture this way, but it doesn't work because black can counter here. And he's either going to capture this single white stone or capture these two stones in a ladder coming down this way. So this result would be terrible for White. So White doesn't have time to capture this single stone. Instead, White needs to play here, playing Atari on these two stones, and play there yet again. Unfortunately for white, if this black stone moves out, these two stones are captured, so white has to come back and capture the single stone. So black can take that forcing move and then come out this way in style. And this is considered a Joseki, but because white is pushed so low and because black is out so much better than he is in a usual 3-3 invasion, this is generally considered favorable for black. And I think it's certainly favorable for black in this situation because, again, this stone, which hoped to help build a moyo, is now alone in the world. So this would have been much, much better. All right, that's about it. So in this video, I showed a trick Joseki that I didn't know, but I hope in the process of reviewing the game and making the video that now I'll know how to deal with that trick Joseki, that trick move, whenever it comes up. And hopefully by watching the video, you will too. Thanks for watching. See you next time.